All right, we're back.
What's up, guys?
New episode.
Yes, sir. Talking about grown person stuff.
Yes, real man business over here.
Turban grass.
Yes. If your New Balances doesn't have any grass stains on them, don't even come. See this one now.
Dare you call yourself a father?
My wife draw the lines of jean shorts.
What? Those are
What?
essential.
No. Aerodynamic. You can wear those things. You can wear for a barbecue. You get
Exactly. Use them for everything. Dang, son. How are you gonna really get a good edge on your lawn
yeah.
if you're not wearing your New Balances and your jean shorts?
But yeah, dude. Jehovah Witness don't even want to get close to me whenever I'm wearing those bad boys. It's like, oh, this guy's gonna cut my
Exactly.
ears off. Oh man, this is a way to go. But yeah, man, another thing, my wife, she doesn't like fanny packs. Like, nah, you're not getting a fanny pack. Like, dude, come on.
What?
That's so convenient. You put your cell phone in there, your keys in
Yeah,
there, everything.
exactly. Yeah, I can't believe they ever went out of style.
Yeah,
I mean, putting your wallet in your back pocket's bad for your posture, so fanny
yeah.
pack's the solution.
I funny thing, I always forget my wallet for the same reason. I don't have a fanny pack.
See? I'm seeing only pros here, no cons.
I have to put my credit card information in my phone so in case I forget my wallet. But risking somebody might steal my identity out of
Exactly.
my phone. But hey, if I have a fanny pack right here,
Not a problem.
some people call it. It's not a fanny pack. It's called a cock shield. Do I have a knife? Do I have a gun in there? Nobody knows. It's a fanny pack.
That's good. I'll have to start using that.
Now, used as a crossbody bag, you're an asshole.
True.
You're supposed to wear it like that. Like, what are we doing here?
Man, all right. Turning into John Danaher is what we're doing.
But yeah, slowly but surely.
Did you see the whole, the whole John Danaher, Craig Jones shaking hands picture? Was there any context for that?
No, I'm not sure. Maybe he's running to each other. I don't know. Because
Maybe.
both of them are from that same area, Oceania.
Okay.
He's from New Zealand, and Craig Jones from Australia.
Right.
So I wonder how they met each other again.
I wonder, I think Craig put something on there about rebuilding bridges or something like that, but
Yeah,
that's interesting. I wonder if that's about the CGI. I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. Hopefully it is. I've been wanting to see Dan Harris. I mean, if Dan Harris said there was some rumors that he's going to retire from coaching because he needs some surgeries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If he's going to go out in his own shield. He brings his own team to CJI.
Yeah, I could see that. It only makes sense for a new wave to be able to compete and to compete for those given the option. I'm sure Gordon won't, but that's, fine for him because he's already made his money, but the other people,
Yeah,
you know,
they need it.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Harris always known for one test this guy, see if he like
Exactly. And that'll be some of the best competition out there.
especially like us this for his team. He always wanted to um see like who's out there because he's done Polaris before. Other kind of teams, but was it like a more like a driven by Gordon Ryan or was it like a Danaher thing? Because he's always like has his DDS before Danaher that squad,
Yeah.
which took him to EBI tournaments. He's always talking about the team, different people that are in there.
Mm-hmm.
Take him to one FC, Gordon Ryan, Gary Tonin, the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that'll be interesting. I hope they have people in there,
Especially the format that CJI is doing it. It's the team.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious to see how that dynamic is because I feel like Danaher and Gordon are so close. They're at least seen as so close.
Mm-hmm.
But Danaher, if he's just trying to rebuild communication with Craig Jones, that almost seems like too big of a fuck you to Gordon, you know?
Yeah, and Gordon takes a lot of things personal too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm not sure how he'll play out, but I mean, he is at the end of the day, he's Gordon Ryan's coach. He's not his employee. So he like
Right. Yeah.
he's on the clock. He might think like he felt betrayed because Gordon has followed him everywhere he went. He has provided like help him like especially whenever he moved to Texas. Like as far as like Danaher never owned a car when he was in New York. So whenever he started driving, he had a flat tire. Gordon was there for like helping. Hey man, you do
Yeah.
like have to change the tire, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true. I don't know. Curious to see how that whole thing plays out.
And also as you get older too, you were like what?
Right.
So
That's
like
true.
he's like man, he's getting older too. So like man, whatever. Like he was like if he wants to like he already doing his duty as far as giving back to the jiu-jitsu community, but also like keeping
Mhm.
communication with those that are still in the game,
Mhm.
start of the game too.
Yeah.
What else do you think he'd be able to do if he's not coaching? Because he's not going away from jiu-jitsu.
Danner,
Yeah.
if he's not coaching,
What can you see him doing?
I don't. I can't picture him doing anything but some form of coaching, like
Mm-hmm.
some kind of jiu-jitsu development. If it's, I really don't know. It's hard to picture him doing anything else. Maybe developing new stuff, but I mean, even then, like, you got to coach somebody on that. As
Mm-hmm.
I put that in the coaching category.
Because he doesn't have the voice for a commentator. Like let me people cheer up for.
Right, right.
But I can see him as a consultant or an analyst, like breakdowns, matches, and things like that. I can see
hmm
him doing that.
hmm if he can keep from going too deep,
Mm-hmm.
because I could see him going so deep that he just loses people.
Mm-hmm. But they
You
can
know.
edit it. For example, ONE FC, if they hire him, they can he will like do something like for like
Yeah.
fighters like coming up for the matches coming up. Like what do you see like especially because UFC, I mean ONE FC, they do have submission part in the competition. They are submission champions,
Yep. I mean, I could see that being something he would enjoy.
especially the Rotolo brothers.
Right. 'Cause I don't know. I just feel like he seems like the kind of person to just have to be super intense. He was super intense and super in depth with things. He can't be like just a surface level
Mm-hmm.
of something that he does. I really don't think that's something that he would do.
If they do that, he become Hannibal Lecter. If he's not into jiu-jitsu, a serial killer.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, if he doesn't have something to like really put his time and his mental capacity into, I don't know what he'd do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
He's coming from a philosophy major too. That's
right.
probably why he used the same approach in jiu-jitsu.
Mm, yep. Yeah, I'd say very much so.
But that's nice to see them two back together.
It is. It is. Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
Just one of the
Or just
comments somebody
reform.
said that nothing a couple of beers and a bump won't fix.
Yes.
Can you make can you make what kind of stories Danaher has from back in the early days? Because he was in New York when New York was New York. He was a bouncer.
Right. Yeah. No, I can't. Yeah.
Like late 80s, early 90s.
hmm
I see that what he was wearing back then.
He wore like baggy sweatpants and was it a baggy shirt as well?
He looked
I
like he was
remember
wearing
him
a
talking
genie,
about it.
like genie top, like a blouse. And his hair cracked me up, man.
Yeah, I remember his hair.
Before he had that come over,
Yeah.
check out this outfit, bro. Dude,
Yes, sir.
he reminds me of a younger version of Derek from More Plates, More Dates. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but the name describes it. That's funny as fuck.
He's from
My gosh.
Canada. He has a channel on YouTube. Like he talks about um like PD and things like that. I don't know if this you be able to see this picture. This him right here. Oh shit. I should look it up in here. Maybe with the haircut.
I don't know. Danner was much classier.
Yeah. But look at him. He said he lost 75 pounds. So look at the difference. He has old kind of gear too. That's what he said.
Say what?
He was on Anavar,
Okay.
Trin, all kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, to get shoulders like that, I would imagine.
Yeah, and he had the striations on the muscle too.
Mm.
how much water weight you had to lose to get that
Mm.
or kind of year. Which like I've seen this kid that I don't know
Yeah.
how
Oh
old
yeah.
he is. Sam Sulek. I
Yeah.
see like his videos on YouTube. Like come on,
Yeah. I've seen him on Instagram.
how old is he?
He is, I think, younger than I am.
23 years
Yeah,
old.
23 years.
Jesus, can you imagine his heart,
No, I can't.
dude?
No, he was talking about meeting his calories for the day, and he was like, I don't know, 2,000 under or something like that. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a pint of ice cream from the store, put it in the microwave for a bit, and give it a little chug ski, and there I am, 1,200 calories closer to where I need to be.
Damn.
Just crazy what he's putting into his body.
Yeah, them and powerlifters, man, they take it so to extreme,
Mm-hmm.
like to the point that they can like they're having a hard time breathing, standing on talking.
Yeah.
So what's the difference of this right here and somebody being overweight? The only difference is that muscle is mostly weight, about water weight to extend compared to fat, which is the capillaries, things like that. But still, your heart has to be able to blood flow to those areas.
Right.
And blood pressure. Is it? I was speaking of. Doesn't Craig Jones have blood pressure issues too?
Does he? I don't
Yeah,
know.
he has blood pressure issues. He talks about all the time.
Dang.
Well, I think it's cocaine. That's what issue. Boy, yeah, man. How much time do you have to spend in the gym to get like that?
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Who was that one that passed away? That he was like ridiculous. Well, he wasn't a bodybuilder. Piana?
I don't know that.
He like bodybuilder, but he wasn't a bodybuilder. Hey, Rich Piana. Look how ridiculous this guy look. Look at his arms.
Damn.
Yeah, they have a documentary about him.
I'm curious what makes people want to do that.
A certain
I
degree
don't
of
know.
like body dysmorphia. So
Yeah.
they have like a misconception of the. You know how people are like anorexic, they think that they're too big, and but these
Right.
people, these type people that think that they look too small. So that's like had to like Johnny Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
You like they always feel like they look small. Have to fill up with muscle. Well, they always say like overweight clothes all the time.
Yeah.
But that's something they can fit too. Oversized clothes. What's the cost of that? In 2017. I think is what it was. He collapsed while receiving a haircut from Jensen at home. Clearwater. And at the time his head when he collapsed. Not wanted the CPR. His heartbeat was eventually restored, but it was so much past that brain damage has said lack of oxygen. Cardiac arrest.
Mm.
Naloxone.
White powder with a straw and a credit card on the table.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah.
Sometimes he snorted a high caffeine pre-workout supplement. What would you always do that?
Damn, son.
Damn, I
Well, I
guess you
mean, if
gotta
you
get
take it
your
enough,
pre-workout in one way or another.
yeah, but if you take stuff enough, it stops affecting. So maybe snorting it, makes it faster.
Yeah, I guess.
It might have been the only thing that made the caffeine kick in anymore.
He's straight to the bloodstream.
Yeah.
20 bottles of testosterone were reportedly found in his home. Brain had been deprived of oxygen for over 30 minutes. Because of breast, nausea, cardiac arrest. Yeah. Basically, what like all those pro wrestlers back in the day, they kind of look like that. But also, what has factors this had to do with the partying they're doing and then working so much. For example, this right here.
Yes.
He died in 2002 because of death. There we go, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, but
Art.
pushing your body to its limit can do. Like, yeah, they do pretty amazing things, but they shorten their life up a lot. The
Yeah, it shortens
39,
your
wow.
life. Which that's what Gordon Ramsay was saying. He rather like lose 5 years of his life and become the greatest of all time.
Right, but some of these guys are dying at 39. That's more than 5 years of your life.
Yeah, just half life, literally.
Right.
Speaking of death, March 2nd, 3 days ago, Babasar Saitov passed away. Famous wrestler from
Okay.
Russia.
Oh, yeah.
That he's considered the GOAT. Because like you see his videos back in the day, man, he was like next level that you already know. That he changed the game. He's like considered like Michael Jordan of wrestling. 3-time Olympic gold medalist, 6-time world champion, undeniable, 6-time European champion as well. He won Atlanta, 96. He lost in Sydney, he didn't win gold. then 2004 Athens, and 2008 Beijing. He won't go. But allegedly, they said that he passed away from a heart attack whenever it was like news released. As far as when the United Wrestling they reported, but then like this right here shows that Russian Olympic champion turned lawmaker dead after falling from a window.
Yeah, that's a weird headline. I mean, which is probably what they were intending, to get people to look.
Because he was remember Putin's ruling United Russia Party.
Right.
At one point, he was the deputy of Duma, deputy of Chechnya. This is what his name is from.
Okay.
He was now like he was something to do with Dagestan too, like the wrestling president of like wrestling there in Dagestan. That's what his position was recently. Over here, like here you have like different organizations. For example, like NBA, they have their own, like they have their commissioner, things like that. They have the NFL. You have Roger Goodell and things like that. Oh, there's government. They're run by government. The department. There's you have like wrestling club. You actually government sponsor.
Yeah.
Instead of being privately owned.
Right.
74 kilos of that, 163 pounds. That's what he used to wrestle. And his brother also was more impressive, even though he wasn't as impressive as far as like accolades. He went up one weight class because he didn't want to wrestle his brother for the spot. So he wrestled Yoel Romero in the finals in the 2000 Olympics and beat Yoel Romero. Even though he's undersized.
Yeah.
Well, if you have time, like those are the guys you want to see.
Yeah.
Wrestle him, Bobasar and Adam Satif. They are ridiculous wrestlers. Like you're trying to like go a single, shoot a single on them. You bring their leg up, and they'll be they're grabbing your leg and taking you down. Well, you have their leg up. They go for underhook, ushimatas. A lot of them. They go for trips, and whenever you try to pick your leg up, they will step in and lift the leg that you're stepping around, like trying to bring around, and trip the back leg, the far side leg, and you're on the ground. They're like crazy ridiculous when it comes to like their wrestling. They have like a judo background at some point. When you see them wrestling, they used to tie up. Like they didn't shoot for your legs, but upper body tie ups. That's how they get to your leg.
Really? Wow.
You try to keep you balanced, and then to try to keep you balanced, they shoot for your legs.
Yeah. So that like a super aggressive game then, just always attacking kind of deal, or
yeah. Even when they were defending, they were attacking. Let's see if we find a highlight, because their highlights are ridiculous. Like a lot of people like you see like NFL highlights and things like that you used to watch when you were younger. This is the guy you want to watch for wrestling. If as far as highlights, Bobasar and his brother Adam Satif. You see, it's hard to tell like which is which, but this him in red. Boom, get behind the leg, trip the far leg. Boom, take it down. Near leg, upper body, and then hook on the other leg. Boom, Russian to your back. Boom. The guy was on his back. He tripped that guy down. Like he's in red. Boom, trip. Headlock. Boom, grab the legs. Trip. Russian. Grab the first leg. Boom, trip the far leg. It's ridiculous. That's just a foot sweep series that he had. But you have time like this. These are the guys you want to like get better for takedowns.
Yeah. Huh.
And this is him a few months ago, at 49 years old, wrestling high school. The Sansa Shemaev, they're training. Boom. Crazy is that.
Pretty amazing. Yeah, just an amazing IQ for that.
Yeah, like a freaking fox that you were talking about last week.
Yeah.
That's the levels that you have to be. Do you have, for you to get there, how much you have to fall in love for the sport to get to that level?
I feel like it probably has to consume you to a certain point, To get to that level, I don't know if you can have like a normal life outside of it, I don't think you could be like not to make excuses, not to like, write it off as like unachievable, but I think to get to that kind of level, I think you do kind of have to be abnormally into it,
Mm-hmm.
like beyond, like, as in you're neglecting some other very serious parts of your life, maybe. You know what I mean?
I
That,
watched an
well,
interview.
at least that other people consider important. I mean, depends who you are.
Mm-hmm. I sent you interview that he did in 2008 when he reached the one he last um Olympic gold medal. They're asking like, how do you attribute like to you being there is good? He said like, well, I attribute like I want like my grandparents, like the genetics I have because they're from Dagestan. I know that Dagestan and Chechen they were like right there next to each other, but still like he like chalk it up to them like being that good in the genetics and being wrestling since they were little. They're like a way of life, like you were saying. Because I mean, the perfect training partner that he had was his brother.
I mean, that's the thing. There was just like with the moves that he was doing there was no hesitation at all. It's like he's so used to feeling his body in this situation and feeling the other person's body, he just knows exactly where it needs to be. So
Yeah,
there's a very high chance he's not even really thinking during
yeah.
that time. It's just his body reacting to whatever it needs to.
I wonder what kind of drills they had to do to get to that point.
Yeah, right. It's got to be crazy, but I mean, I'm sure they drilled the basics like crazy as kids, and then by the time they're teenagers and adults, their their drills are much more technical techniques than a lot of people are used to. You know what I mean?
I can't remember who was a Russian. He was a coach, and he said that he does not let his students compete in the first year or until they get to a certain level of training. That's what he wants them to compete. Other than they just drilling. Don't worry about competing. Just drill. Everything's gonna be in the gym. What do you think about that?
Does that include no live rolling?
Well, they might have the life rolling because it's wrestling.
Right.
They have to end there like so maybe like within like gym competition it would be like against because I'm pretty sure they have like high level guys in his gym too.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see that. I mean, going out and competing adds an entirely new aspect and this entirely new skill that you have to develop. Competing does. So really, until you're drilling and have a significant understanding of the basics,
Mm-hmm.
he's probably right. There probably isn't a whole lot of point in competing.
Yeah,
If you don't have anything down, why would you go and introduce more stuff?
it also helps with the confidence too because when you start a new sport, it sounds like it's really confusing already, and you have to learn how your body moves, and that coach like built so much to get into a certain like level, and then for it to just crumble over just competition over one weekend. Just like they like student doesn't want to come back at all because of how they did in competition because let it get to the head. But if you would like to build or like build them up during that first year, build the confidence and have the confidence not just in the mentally but also in their technique
Mhm.
and build different kind of awareness within the sport. Definitely, you'll just get them to compete.
Yeah, build up some of that muscle memory too. It's really, like everybody says, you see what you really know in competition.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know your stuff, you're gonna forget everything.
Mm-hmm.
But after a year of good drilling, yeah, I mean, you should be pretty ready so that your body just feels like, oh, I'm in a certain position, and it just snaps right to the move that's good for that position. That's
Mm-hmm.
entirely possible.
Does your gym they go over like things that have like areas of improvement during tournaments? For example, a team have a hard time in this position, they work on those kind of things because that also like help students that are not competing too. It's like okay, we having like this issue, we work on this and just zoom into the areas of the game.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you were seeing like a consistent pattern with your students that they don't know how to get past half guard, something like that. Chances are the ones who didn't compete are having the same problem. So yeah, no, that's absolutely right. That's only going to develop the team further.
That's like the equivalent of just like litmus test on that to be able like to see what works and what doesn't work out there. For example, you have a team that's only pulling guard. They're having issues with that they get the guard pass all the time. What's the point of pulling guard if you can't eat guard pass? There's no guard pull and you just lay on your back.
Yeah, you're wasting energy trying to stop him.
Yeah. So, but yeah, what do you think for you, in your opinion, what would be the approach for somebody that's new and has never competed before? What do you recommend?
The approach?
Mm-hmm.
As in they just started jujitsu? Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of in the same boat. So, I mean, there is the mentality like usually first competitions don't go super well. This seems to be the case, but I don't think just throwing yourself in is a great idea. Because for the same reason I talked about before is if you don't really feel comfortable, if you don't have anything of a game, if there's really no positions that you're comfortable in, it's not worth going to a competition. You're already learning so much already. Going to a competition, you're not gonna be able to take much in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. I think it's better to like get somewhat established something in your game. Like, you like arm bars and that's your thing. Like, obviously you don't have to be perfect. You do it for, 1 year, 5 years, you're not going to be perfect at your game. But if you develop like, you know, decent game to get you to arm bars or something like that and have a plan, yeah, I think that's worth competing. But I don't think throwing yourself in is necessarily a good idea either.
Yeah, that's a great. I will recommend probably. I agree with you. Also, one thing I will recommend is also going to competition and watching what other people are doing. And once you understand what they're doing, what they're trying to go for, that's when you know your game is getting there for you to competition. If you go to competition, you see people just like seeing like two cats wrangling around, you understand what's going on. You're probably not there yet.
That's an interesting take. Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense. I hadn't thought about that before, but I mean,
Because in other sports, whenever you like, a lot of people get interested into a sport because they see other like athletes practicing, and you're like, oh, they're doing it. Like, I like the sport because what's going on, not because of score, not because it was a finish, but because you like how the game, you break down the game, you like, oh, see what this athlete does, this kind of things, this position. Just like different players that, for example, in football, they have the quarterback, and the wide receiver, you have different things like that. Same thing for jiu-jitsu, different gyms have different games. 10th Planet, you have other like Danher team, you have Atos, you have other like, you have the gi, no gi, which is the same thing that applies to in jiu-jitsu. They have different gyms that do different games, and it's different positions as well that they favor in there.
yeah, yeah, happens a lot. Yeah. Now it is interesting how like a lot of gyms have a certain style to them. Like a lot of the like at the gym I'm at now, a lot of the people coming up have like a certain way they like to pass half guard. It's like it's the one where you're in half guard and then you switch your hips so you're sitting facing their feet
Uh-huh.
and you're laying across their hip.
I
I
like that
love
one.
that one. Yeah,
I like that one.
it is a really good one. It's a really good one, but it's funny because everybody does it to me, and I do it sometimes. Definitely, it's like a gym style almost.
Do you use the other knee to free the leg that's in the half guard?
Sometimes, yep. Sometimes it kind of depends how they react. If they kind of are a little bit looser with it, sometimes I'll just stick my arm through and kind of like pry the legs open a little bit, and just pull my
Mm-hmm.
leg out. If they're super tight and squirmy, usually I'll try to like start at the hip and like bring my upper body up and clamp around almost around their shoulders so their arms sticking above their head.
Keep it
And
flat.
then, is that?
You trying to keep them flat on the back, or just overturn them?
Somewhat, just not quite flat on their back, but a little bit rolled over and just controlled, less movement with their arms. And then I'll bring my knee up into their hip and then really push out. Because then they, if they don't have their hands to defend, it works pretty well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that one quite a bit.
I seen one recently. The Foxy put his video on passing half guard technique on the guillotine. Do go for guillotine to get out of half guard. And if they like go for defending the guillotine, they have to let go of the half guard, because you have to hips have to be close together for you to finish the guillotine. So they have to let go. So if they let go of the guard because they defend the guillotine, you just pass the guard. But if they don't, he likes to go the guillotine and then he goes to mount and finish the guillotine from mount. And not much so much reaping. He locks it in, lays him up flat on the back, and he spreads his knees out due to like sink in the guillotine, like he melts into the guy, like an Armin guillotine.
Huh. That's interesting.
But usually bigger guys go for that move.
Yes. Yeah, it's true.
It's like long arms.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've definitely had it threatened a few times. There's a couple guys at the gym that really like going for guillotines. I have to watch it, especially when I'm going for deep half like I like to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's interesting. Using it to pass the guard, I mean, as a consistent, reliable technique, I've not seen that.
Now I used to like either go for the knee bar to get out the half guard, or go the same way I was doing, like you were talking about, looking towards their feet.
Yes.
And roll into their back that way.
Really? Okay. Yep.
Because the legs are hooked, right? And if I'm facing towards him, I step in my leg back, that one is free, separate my legs, and just roll, tuck in, and roll. And if I roll all the way through, then go straight to their back.
Mm-hmm.
They want to keep it.
Yeah. You're doing that from sitting and facing their feet? You're doing the roll? Okay.
Yeah. So usually, you have half guard. For example, he's on my right leg. So I'm going to, instead of bringing my left elbow down and looking at his feet, I'm going going the other way.
Oh, okay.
And they high leg over.
Yeah.
So bring the leg towards me, and then you just roll all the way through.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen that. Tried it a few times. I can't say I'm super successful at it, but I know.
It has to be like a twister hook with the leg too, to be able to roll through.
Right.
To catch it. And then something I've started doing recently is the ham sandwich.
Really?
Yeah, I started liking it now. Because I used to like, freaking Devin got me in it. I was like, fuck, man, I gotta do it now. And so I do the ham sandwich. It's from bottom, from cigar thing. Started doing it. Ham sandwich.
Is that when you like spread them out quite a bit?
That's the banana split. That's the ham sandwich is kind of when you go into, so what's the position you call it? It's like a kenda basami. What's it call it? Which is trying like a scissor the legs. We try to go for like the saddle position, but they're on your back. But if you're able to get it, you bring that foot to your hip, and you lock your legs behind them.
Okay.
And you have to explain it. It is a different entry from here on this video. They do of like a X guard, quasi X guard, but it's the same principle. So the outside leg goes behind. So right here, see how this leg right here is right here, but almost by the hip. So this leg is just gonna figure four. Boom. His hip stuck, and then just paper clip his knee.
Dang. Okay. Looks like a slicer.
That's exactly what it is. Once you figure four, his leg stuck there, and just touch the hip.
Dang.
And you know how I like that knee bar too, from half guard.
Yeah.
Deep half. Oh shit! A lot of people they're like going the half guard, and they think like once I go deep half guard, then they feel okay, able to get their leg out, and once they bring the leg out, actually they go straight into a knee bar, and they're stuck there.
Yeah. Evil.
Yeah. Ah shit. The hip's stuck.
Yeah.
With Sarah, he talks about different regular half guard. He talks about, instead of you hook that regular half guard, he hooks the leg from the outside. So whenever they try to free their leg, actually frees your bottom leg and go straight to the dogfight position with the underhook. Because usually half guard from the bottom. Usually you hook that leg between the legs, you just go over, but he does the other way around. Hook the outside leg. So it's kind of like torquing the knee in. So whenever they're trying to free the knee, actually you free the bottom leg. That's between the legs, and you just get that one out, and you just roll towards him. So you have to go into a dogfight position. So you're no longer on bottom anymore.
That's interesting. I having a hard time picturing that one.
I don't know. Always like in the, I don't know, you have to find it. He was like in the fight companion. He was talking about the Matt Serra. But instead of having that inside leg hook in, you see the outside leg. I have to find the video here. It's like you don't want to get stuck in half guard. Just people have you flying on your back. So that's why he
Right.
goes to like hip to hip position, and you start fighting from there and trying to go for the back. But Nick at the gym, he likes that position too because he goes for the lockdown all the time. Which one nail I like to punish people that put me on lockdown
Yeah.
because their leg is stuck, and I just have to like stand up and straighten my leg, and their legs are stuck together in the lockdown. So it brings their feet to their butt, and I just press their knees out. So they're doing like a split on the ground, and they're stuck because they're on their back. I was like, ah, shit. They have to tap from them because it was shin to shin, and their legs are together. All right, I hate to do
You
this.
chose this.
Yeah, try to be civil about this.
You had to be annoying.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I love Jiu Jitsu, man. In case you guys know.
Some avenues.
Hmm?
So many different avenues you can
Yeah.
take.
It means I don't know how long Sarah has been Met Sarah. How long has he been doing it?
I don't know.
Allegedly, he said he's the first American to get a black belt. They said,
Really?
yeah, Hansel Gracie gave his black belt. But Hansel keeps saying that Ricardo Almeida is a fair American, but like he's a Brazilian.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't count as the first American to get a black belt.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of black belts, this weekend,
Yes, sir.
do you think the way he won the black belt, he deserved the black belt? Or was it just like a promo thing?
It seemed more like a promo thing. So, I mean, I'm not going to say he didn't deserve the black belt, but
Mm-hmm.
it did seem like almost like a clout thing,
Mm-hmm.
like giving it to him in front of everybody. Um, because if I remember right, he didn't use any jiu-jitsu in that match at all.
He knocked
So,
out Jamal Hill, I think.
yeah, which, yeah, I mean, that's not a reason to give somebody a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying he didn't earn it before that, and that's just when they decided to give it to him. I mean, that very well could be. But I've never seen him grapple at all, so I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Grapple either. Also, he's on the Glory Teixeira too. Do you remember Frank Mir? How he got his black belt?
Mm.
He broke Tim Sylvia's arm in the championship. That's how you got his black belt.
Yeah. I mean, okay. That one, yeah.
Well earned.
Definitely explained, yeah. Proved his dominance.
Yeah. Broke Tim Sylvia and he won the championship.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of belts to win at once.
Mm-hmm. He should probably get his coral belt after he broke Nogueira's arm. That match, man, was crazy.
Yeah.
Because he was losing that match. He's the first guy to knock out Nogueira after Pride because Nogueira was known for not being able to get knocked out. I mean, he got run over by a truck when he was 7 years old. Still came back. That was a 10-8 round for him, but man, he fucked up that truck after he was.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But that's why he has to like collapse long in the back. Like his ribs are like indented because he got run over as a kid.
Crazy.
And then he came back before that, but he got knocked out by Frank Mir. That's a Frank Mir won the interim because Nogueira had the interim title. I think he fought Keith Jardine until Sylvia or somebody like that. He was the interim champion. Then Frank Mir fought him because Brock Lesnar was sidelined during that time. No, Randy Couture was the champion actually. Randy Couture was sidelined. He was doing like Scorpion King 2 or something like that. So the title wasn't vacated or anything or hadn't. So Frank Mir beat Nogueira, first guy to knock him out. And then Brock Lesnar fought Couture for the unified title. And then after that, Frank Mir fought Brock Lesnar for so they can unify both the interim and the heavyweight title. Then Brock Lesnar just beat the shit out of Frank Mir. But then eventually later on, like in the career, Nogueira was out for a while because he had like double knee surgery and hip surgery. He had to learn how to walk again. And then he fought Frank Mir, and then he was knocking out Frank Mir in that match, and he was hitting him and hurting him. Said, like, "Watch the back of the head, watch the back of the head." So he started going for a guillotine after that, and that's when he ended up in that Kimura position when Frank Mir broke his arm. And he was ugly when he broke that thing.
Yeah. I feel like that's always super cringy. I really don't like watching limbs snap,
Yeah, especially a spiral fracture. The spiral fractures are harder to heal. You have to use it's a lot harder to heal. That's why like heel hooks are frowned upon compared to Achilles and things like that. Knee bar.
Heel hook go after the knee, depending on how. See the Jack Reynolds match where he broke that guy's in a fight to win, broke that guy's leg.
Nah, then I've heard about it.
Dude, we were there and we were watching and we got up close and like we're cheering him on. Dude, that was a loud snap. That was like somebody broke a baseball bat in the room. Oh my god. And then it was just
the heel hook
hanging there. Yep, super tight. It's not even like the guy didn't have time to tap because they rolled. They did a complete roll and they ended back up in the same position. The guy still didn't tap. And so Jack went for it and his leg gave out completely. Snapped at the shin. That was something else.
Dang. This is the asshole we had to call the ambulance for.
Yeah.
This is what we had to call the ambulance for. Because it's a hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need an ambulance for the Marriott. Damn. You don't know when to quit, man.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And know when a good guy has your
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was something else.
I felt like I got caught in the heel hook in my last match. But you didn't feel like it was like that tight. It was like just holding the position.
Yeah, you had good posture, I think, during that, didn't you? Like he had it, but like
he was backside feet.
Okay.
But he just kind of like holding it there. Mm-hmm. He was torquing it, but I was like, the ankle is already shit, by the way. You like hyperextend is already hyperextended. And then he's already jacked from Sag Herbs. Whenever he got my knee, he did a lockdown. Ever since I want to get a lockdown, I just want to punish people, put me in a lockdown because he like my
day on.
Yeah, dude, like my right knee, he's like my patella is one way, and then my foot, my toes are pointing the other way. Ever since, I was like, boy, you get me in the hug, it's already out.
Yeah.
If anything, you do me a favor, put it back in place. I don't have to pay the bill for it.
Yeah. No, keep going, please. No, keep going. I'm not gonna tap.
Well, can you please pull two at the same time? So you want to put it back in place? I don't want to pay for a knee surgery.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Also, you gotta know when to tap. Like for example, like when I go with Nick and with Devin, it's like, oh man, this is gonna get real tight, real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But how often do you see that in competition? People just go for broke.
Quite a lot. I feel like you see both extremes. People who don't want to hold at all, and they tap super early. And then also there's a lot of the time we're just going for broke. Even on the low levels like Nagas and new breeds, people are still, holding on for dear life. And it's like that, yeah, I don't know. Which, I mean, granted, I've done it too. I held on, guy armbarred me, and I did not want to tap. And my arm hurt for several months afterwards. It didn't break, but my elbow did not feel good for a long time.
Damn, just be glad you really had to drive stick shift. You'd be fucked.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So. One time in the Toro Cup, I thought that guy was going to snap your shoulder because he had a Kimura.
Yeah.
And that thing was like, your palm of your hand was almost touching the back of your head. I was like, oh shit. Here we go.
There was, I think I remember that. It was tight for sure. But, well, for one thing, I got very flexible shoulders. I mean, I do. Mm-hmm. But for two, was he on top of me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought I was putting weight. If people are cranking on it, but I can get my hand or my shoulder to touch the ground while they're cranking on it, usually I can relieve enough pressure with that to hold out. Usually that's enough for me, but.
That's another thing where people are so more focused on turning the bottom part of the arm compared to the humerus. You don't feel as much pressure either, for some reason. Because like you just keep cranking, like I'm okay right there. Because you just turn my arm out that way, so like, I'm okay right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like once they put like the back, like wrap it around behind your shoulder, like almost the shoulder blade, and just cranking that.
Yeah, no, that's
like
way tighter, way faster. Yeah.
Game over.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely has a lot to do with the positioning of the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like out here, my shoulder can go a long ways. That's no
Mm-hmm.
problem. And it's funny because like I even stop resisting. I usually just let it go limp because if I tighten up, like that'll hurt. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll just let it go limp and let them crank on it. That's fine. But yeah, no, if they get it closer to the body, it's definitely a lot tighter.
Yeah, like Leonard, he talks about like putting almost a thumb into the armpit and just
Yeah,
crank that thing.
yeah, that's
Like
the
it's
thing.
game.
When Leonard was showing stuff and people were doing that to me, I was a lot less flexible.
I like to start grabbing the one hand, the kimura, so that's so I know I got it real tight. So the arm that's behind the shoulder, I'm trying to grab that hand to
Yeah,
bring it up that way, and then just lock it in. That's not like it's tight because I have short forearms, anyways. So that's how I know I got it. But if I'm like right here, my hands are all down here, trying to crank like snow, you're able to crank it, or you're able to just one hand bring it up, and you're able to at least pose on us, prevent like from like rolling me over, and be able to crank it up. And that's how I know like I have like
mm,
cranking into place
yeah.
and torque.
I don't think I usually have the muscle to do that to people.
I actually grab their hand, so it turns like kind of like to a wrist lock, so they can pull it out.
Okay, yeah, interesting.
If you grab the wrist, they'll be able to limp
Be
out
a
of it.
lot
But
easier.
if you grab
Interesting.
their hand, it turns to a wrist lock.
I'll have to give that a shot. No, I be interesting to try.
Because and that's how I started making it look like a wrist lock. Because I like fucking around with wrist lock. So, I'm gonna give you a wrist lock, but then they give you the kimura from there. Like, ah, shit.
Yeah, you trying to get that early brown belt, aren't you?
Yeah, man. Just wrist locking every free trial guy that comes to the gym. Hey, how old are you? 6? Come on, let's go. Yeah, flexible wrist.
And
Yeah, I went with Leonard, I think it's last week. And the whole time I was like this. All right, let's go. Put my hands right here. I put it inside my gi top so you don't get my wrist. Oh, yeah. So where
that's
is
funny.
Thumbkin? Not around here. Thumbkin is not here.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Levels, man. For this weekend, what are you excited? What matches you looking forward to?
I always like watching Gaethje fight. I feel like usually those are pretty fun matches to watch. See, oh, I didn't realize he was fighting Dan Hooker originally. Interesting.
Yeah, he got injured.
Let's see, King Green. I feel like his matches are exciting, aren't they?
Who's that?
King Green.
Oh, yeah,
I feel
Bobby
like
Green?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
He's old school.
yeah.
He's like, how long has he been fighting? For the UFC since 2013, but he's been fighting before he used to fight for Elite X, like back in the day when Elite XC was um I know King, I don't know if it's King of the Ring or something like that, Cage Rage or something like that. He used to fight like back in the old promotions. That's all he's been around the game fighting. Let me see his MMA record looks like. I mean, 2008 was the first
Pretty
fight.
solid. Yeah.
He beat Dan Luzon, Joe Luzon's brother, Total Fighting, Valor, Warrior FC, Affliction, Chemo the Cage, that's what they call it. Back in the day, Strike Force, then UFC, 2013. Jacob Volkman. I don't really so familiar. You remember him? Josh Thompson. Remember him?
I remember the name. I don't really remember much about him.
I think it was Punk. He was the first guy to head kick and knock out Nate Diaz.
Really?
AJ Nunes.
He fought some monsters right in a row. Benson Henderson, Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson.
Gilbert
Dang.
Melendez.
Losing streak, but some brutal dudes right there.
How many times they fight Gilbert Melendez? Oh, damn, this is a name I've
Clay
seen in a
Guida.
while.
Clay Guida.
Yeah. Now I'm from this is a guy I've seen. This guy has bad CTE.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gilbert Melendez, he fought one, two, three times. He's one in Strike Force. I guess he was Strike Force champion. Yeah, he beat Gil Melendez. He won the title for Strike Force. I think he was the AKA guy. For some reason. Yes, he's an AKA guy. He was talking about Nurmagomedov when he was coming up. He said that guy is scary. He's like that. He's like one of those guys that's like once in a lifetime. How good Nurmagomedov is. He was on mine. But Bobby Green, yeah, I can't remember who he fought last. He lost against what's the guy that was supposed to fight for the title? There's a show here. He beat Jim Miller, beat the fuck out of him, UFC 300. Lost against Patty, the baddie. Lost against Jalen Turner. Lost against Dober. Lost against Makashev. This was a short notice match, wasn't it? It's a
Yeah, he
casual.
got ragdolled, right?
Yeah. Who was Islam Makashev supposed to fight? Was that Alex Pereira? No,
It was
Oliveira?
Oliveira.
Yeah. Yeah, he was being around.
Yep. So that'll be some good ones.
He's the one that he almost got into a fight with I guess it's their boyfriend. Because he
Really?
was doing like they do the UFC weigh-in show. And my guest sister was coming in. He's like, "Here goes my guest sister." She's like, "She's stopped eating ice cream." He's like, "Mm." And allegedly he got phone number, but it actually wasn't her phone number. He got her phone number, but she started texting him from a different phone number. Come to find out, it's actually her boyfriend that's trying to have meet him to beat the fuck out of him, Bobby Green.
I don't think that would have gone well.
No,
Dang, son.
no, oh man, it's funny whenever I heard that story.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Who else is Curtis Blades? He's in there. He's one of those guys that he's like good wrestling, but man, he struggles.
Really?
Who he lost to recently?
Did not recognize him.
Tom Aspinall
Well, okay.
beat him. Gelton Almeida. He knocked him out. Wow. He's a he's a good jiu-jitsu guy. Almeida.
Okay.
He lost against Pavlovich. He lost against Derek Lewis. Remember that too. Well, he knocked out. Well, TKO. No, really. I remember this fight when he fought Aspinall in 2022. Aspinall blew his knee. Remember that fight? 15 seconds to the fight, he blew his knee. This is sideline for a while. He blew his knee. Lost against Derek Lewis. Beat what's the name? Russell Strike, but he
Iggy Boy.
is it?
It says underneath the Born category, off to the right, right underneath his picture. There's Born, and then down
Biggie
below his
Boy.
nickname.
Yeah,
Iggy
there's
Boy.
another name that he goes by. But yeah, I mean, that's what I don't remember when he went against Alistair Ring. Jesus, that was a crazy knockout. Remember that one? He was losing that fight and he just freaking just went for broke from across the cage and just annihilated. Rim. I don't know how to spell Jarcinho. Jarcinho. He like remember that lip?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you can see his teeth. Look, hit him. Boom! Look at the thing open. Damn, that thing was ground beef. Yeah,
Crazy.
and he lost that match. Oh,
Who was
just
hit
knee on
hard?
the. Yeah, look at the time. Fifth round, 4:56. 4 seconds left in the fight when he beat O'Reilly. Oh, the Curtis Blake. He was almost there, like being a contender because he had a good streak of wins, but he's known for being a wrestler. Then they run to I think Derek Lewis, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, I would imagine. Derek Lewis is a brick wall to run into.
But yeah, he has the record for most knockout heavyweight.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Amanda Limos, I remember her from. And I get confused. Amanda Rivas. I'm getting confused with Amanda Rivas.
She seems very familiar. Yeah. She's very energetic, I think. If I remember correctly. She's like jumping all over the place.
Yeah, but Limos she lost against Samuel Lee
Ah, okay.
2 years ago. She fought that girl, 24. People says she looks like I can't remember her name. She looks like Rob Schneider. Is it Marina Rodriguez? No, it's not her. Jandiroba Mandinha. It's really creative nickname. Mandinha is her nickname. Amanda's the first name. So like it's like little Amanda. This is a girl that said look like Rob Schneider. Jandiroba.
She's looking everywhere at once. She's looking everywhere at once.
So you can see her in the corner.
Catching her blind spot.
But she would be good whenever you're trying to pull out an intersection.
Why didn't you look both ways? I am.
See everything west screen. No, what is it called? Panoramic vision?
Yeah.
This guy he was an up and comer too. Jalen Turner. He's like really big for who fights at 156. I mean, 6'3", 155.
Crazy.
Lost against Moicano, Hooker, but he lost Matthew, well, game run. Before that, he beat Green, beat Pero, Malarkey, Medic. We were like he was on the tear, like beating people. But 2019 to like 2022, he was like beating everybody. So 155. I'm not sure, but I haven't heard much about him. Back on this, still over this, and then you have Gaethje versus Fasif, in which Gaethje just outboxed Fasif in the last one. Has Fasif fought recently?
Yeah, he fought in September with 23. Never mind.
Yeah, he was out. He was sidelined for injury.
Okay.
Yeah, he lost against Gaethje. He was pieced up. He was just pulled, just red.
Really? Yeah. Feeding him right back. He doesn't have much experience in between.
Game run. That's a fast turnaround too.
Mm-hmm.
They say that Gaethje, he hasn't had a fight with anybody outside the top 10. Yeah, I mean, he beat Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, Steve Oliveira, Chandler, Nurmagomedov. So the Ferguson was in the top 10 at the time. Donald Cerrone, Edson Barboza, James Vick, Dustin Poirier, Eddie Alvarez, Michael Johnson. They were all in the top 10 when he fought them. Performance of the night, fight of the night, fight of the night, performance of the night, fight of the night, performance of the night, performance of the night.
Yeah. That's. I do look forward to his fights. I mean, they're usually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And fight of the night, 300, which is a good layoff for him after that knockout. Did you see the video whenever he got knocked out when they were trying to get him up? He was trying to breathe because remember he broke his nose. So how do you have somebody breathe when they have a broken nose and they're out?
Yeah, that's very true.
And he has a mouthpiece in his mouth.
Yeah, that's gotta be a pretty freaky feeling waking up from that.
Mm-hmm.
Not being able to breathe and waking up from not knowing what's going on. It's gotta be crazy.
That's why he was laying out for a while. Whenever they were announcing that the victory, he was laying down for a while. Crazy. I mean, it's a bounce back fight against Steve.
Yeah.
And then the main event, Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev. He did a bet versus Ankalaev.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said Ankalaev said that he was be able to beat him. Say, if you really think you're gonna beat me, you want to put your money where your mouth is. He asked him to donate $200,000 to charity of their choice.
That's cool.
One person win or the other one. There you go. Lost it again. This is an article. See about it. He's about his money. Pereira. Magomedov responded to Alex Pereira 200,000 bet ahead of the 13 title fight. I'm wondering how much Ankalaev's getting paid though.
Right? Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely a chunk of change. Imagine Baheda really brings it in, but I don't know what.
Mm-hmm. He said, as a Muslim, you know betting is forbidden in Islam. Good save. Also, as a Muslim, every year I have to give 2.5% of my wealth. Charity, this is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The men and kids around the world are in need. We can do things after fight, but we don't have publicized it. Yeah, so he both Ali Abdelaziz, which is the manager. Your manager and manager have good relationship. You can let them handle that. See you soon, Ramadan Mubarak. But yeah, he is not betting that much. That's a lot of money though. I'm pretty sure he's gotten paid that much too already. Bear since being in the organization.
What do you predict for that one?
For that one, Magomed Ankalaev. He struggled with Blachowicz, but Blachowicz is a freaking tank too. It was a draw on that one. He's undefeated because of that fight still, but he could have lost that one against Blachowicz. Pereira can keep it standing, but hope Ankalaev, it depends on what game he's bringing. If he wants to make it a drag for 5 rounds, he might be able to beat Pereira. But also Pereira is really patient. You saw whenever he fought easy the first match in the UFC, in the main event, he waited for 4 rounds, and then the last round, Leach took him out. But also, he wasn't wrestling him. If Ankalaev able to wrestle him, he can carry him.
That's true. Yeah.
Make it different. But what do you think?
It's really hard to say. I mean, if there's a chance that Ankalaev wants to bring on the wrestling, I imagine Pereira will be really practicing stuffing little takedowns. Hard to say. I mean, Alex has been able to do it before against, grapplers and everyone, so I don't know. I really don't know.
And also, he's dangerous when you're trying to escape out of there.
Fine.
He can catch you.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, he can end it at any moment, really. And he's a sniper with it, too. It's not just wild power.
Yeah.
It's a
And also,
very deadly
I think
combo.
Joe Rogan talks about him, and also Henry Cormier talks about Pereira. He has this wicked, like low leg kick. He doesn't telegraph it. You see, you snap your leg. So if he keep able to take out the lead leg, your shooting is gone with those kicks. And it's not like a low percentage kick. For example, kick to the thigh, because you're likely for you to get your leg grab and get taken down. Usually below the knee kicks, it's hard for them to grab it or take down.
Yeah, I remember seeing a video on them talking about that. How he doesn't telegraph. He's got a solid game. There's no questioning
Mm-hmm.
that.
You see what he did to Nina's leg? Like kick her leg?
Just tapping it too. It wasn't going hard at.
Next day, he's bruised her leg. He does a little tap. Dude, that's how you know he was tennis.
Right. Yeah.
What's after that? Does he goes up to heavyweight?
I don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think John Jones said he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only fight he wants. He doesn't want against Aspinall.
No. No, he does not. I don't know. I feel like it's become a little bit obvious that he doesn't. I don't know. He's afraid of that fight for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like that's a great matchup for Alex.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, 2 hours ago, Dana White announced that he plans John Jones to fight Tom Aspinall in the summer.
Okay.
Also, he's a promoter too. Take consideration that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for Aspinall because they have to wait for that fight.
Right.
How long has been waiting for him? That'd be interesting.
It will.
Is it Jim Broom? Is that the guy that used to be on ESPN? That's where Dana White now made the announcement about John Jones versus Aspinall in the summer. That would be, I guess, 5 week event.
See what?
In July. That's usually the card for 5 week.
Okay.
Wonder that's what he's going to do. Yeah, Aspinall is scary.
That's no lie. That is no lie. He's a machine out there.
Yeah, he can strike and stuff like that. But you know, take consideration that he comes from a grappling background.
Yeah, definitely. He's a well-rounded, and that's the thing. I feel like there's not many guys that can put it all together. John Jones is one guy that can. Aspinall is one guy that can, and that's why that fight would be really interesting to see.
Aspinall was talking about how, well, I think the reason why John Jones is afraid of him is because most of Aspinall's fights that have been short period, so he doesn't have the full game to download. But meanwhile, Aspinall has a whole library of John Jones, what he can do and stuff that he can just study it.
Yeah, and I feel like there probably is some truth to that. Probably more on the side of he can't see what Aspinall has. Because John Jones, I feel like, is constantly developing things. I feel like he's trying new things, and he's good enough to develop new aspects of his game. That really somebody seeing his game is not that big of a deal, because he can come up with something new.
Yeah, I mean, he brought Gable Stevenson, Olympic gold medalist, for his last camp, and Gordon Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, John Jones is really, really good, and he's kind of a natural at fighting. So.
Also, what's the name? It's a more natural heavyweight than John Jones. Aspinall. Can just go from 205 coming up to 5 heavyweight. But we'll see. John Jones doesn't want that. How much money do you think John Jones will ask for that fight?
I thought he already put a number on it, and it was ridiculously high.
All the riches in the world.
Yeah, right.
I want Dana White's salary.
Yeah.
And 2 of Conor McGregor's votes.
Yeah. Gonna make him lose his pride. That's priceless,
Yeah, no man, he's something else. That guy. Daniel, do you have anything else for tonight? It was a good talk today. Cover some of the fights.
Yeah, covered some good stuff. Some wrestling, some jiu-jitsu.
Half guard. You wanna close out?
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed. Give us a like and a follow on. You can listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, iTunes. Um, I really appreciate this support and hope you guys enjoy listening to us.
Thank you very much. Till next time.